Hi, welcome to 420 Friendly. My name is Carol. I'm a certified medical cannabis consultant and the owner of 420 Friendly. Today on Blunt Talk, we're going to talk about topicals. This may come as a surprise, but topicals are one of the most misunderstood products that we carry in our store. So let's take the mystery out of them and give you the tools that you need to find the right one for you. There are several different types of topicals on the market today. They include lotions and creams, salves, lip balm, gel, oil, bath bombs and salts, transdermal patches, suppositories, and personal lubricants. Basically, if it goes on the skin and fits no other cannabis category, it's considered a topical. There are many reasons why people come to us asking about topicals. Sore muscles, inflammation, arthritis, nerve pain, but also post-surgery care, migraines, eczema, and other skin conditions. Please note, research is sadly lacking on cannabis topicals, their effectiveness. We cannot guarantee that they will work for you. What we can do is provide you with the information on what a topical is, how they work, what to look for and be aware of when looking for the right cannabis topical for you. Full disclosure, I use cannabis topicals every day to help me with arthritis pain, and they have been a game changer for me. Years of banging on a keyboard and 10 key have wreaked havoc on my hands, and before discovering topicals, I really struggled to get through my work day. It prevented me from doing things that I enjoy, like working in my yard and arts and crafts. I also personally try every topical that comes into our store before it is put on the shelf. And in doing so, I have learned that not all topicals are effective, and the THC-CBD ratios don't always play a big role in what works. What I mean is huge THC-CBD concentrations don't play as big of a role as one might think. In fact, I have found that there are several more important factors. But before we go into that, let's talk about how topicals work. The most common cannabis topicals in stores today do not enter the bloodstream. There are a couple of exceptions that we will discuss later. What you need to know is that it is the entering the bloodstream that creates the intoxication we expect from smoking, vaping, or eating cannabis products. Because most, not all topicals do not enter the bloodstream, they will not create an intoxicative effect, nor will you test positive on a drug test. Cannabinoids are naturally occurring. They are found in the cannabis sativa plant. Cannabinoids interact with our endocannabinoid system, a complex network of receptors throughout our body. CB1 and CB2 receptors are found in the skin as well as the brain, nervous system, and organs. When we apply cannabis to our skin in the form of topicals, cannabinoids bind to the receptors and signal to the brain to initiate an anti-inflammatory response. Our skin is the largest organ. The job of the epidermis and the dermis is to protect our bodies from chemicals and debris. Thus, it also makes it challenging to absorb cannabinoids, which is why it isn't just how much THC and CBD is in the product that you purchase. It is also what the supporting ingredients are that make up the product. If the THC, CBD can't get to the CB1 and CB2 receptors, it can't provide relief. So how do we pick the right topical for our needs? There are a handful of products, particularly in the medical cannabis world, where the term full spectrum is more important than in others. Those products are RSO, tinctures, and topicals. Why is this? The simple answer is we don't know exactly what part of the cannabis plant does what. We have a vague idea. We know that THC is intoxicating. We know that CBD is not. We do not know exactly what the other 100+ cannabinoids do. For simplicity's sake, when I say THC, I'm talking about all types of THC. And when I say CBD, I'm talking about all types of CBD. Full spectrum is a term meaning that the cannabis component of the product contains all of the cannabinoids, terpenes, and fatty acids that naturally occur in the plant. How all of those components work together is called the entourage effect. What's important to understand is that the fuller the spectrum, the stronger the entourage effect. So why didn't the full spectrum CBD topical I bought at the gas station work for me? Full spectrum CBD is derived from the hemp plant, not the cannabis plant. Hemp and cannabis are related, but they're not the same. Hemp lacks the THC needed to direct CBD. So what do I mean by this? Research is finding that CBD and cannabinoids like it are what triggers the anti-inflammatory effect. The problem seems to be that without THC and the CBD doesn't know what to do. Think of it this way. You have a bus load of CBD. They're all sitting there quietly waiting to get on the road and do their job. They're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs going do. Why? There's no driver. CBD needs THC to get behind the wheel and direct the CBD on where to go and what to do. Both are needed to get the job done. In my experience, the most effective topicals I've used have been made from concentrates derived from the entire cannabis plant. They not only provide the most effective relief, but they also last longer. Topicals that are made from distillate, a process that strips everything except the THC from the plant, are not likely to be effective as a topical. The difference with topicals compared to other cannabis products is the absorption factor. If we can't get the cannabinoids through the top layers of the skin, no one is driving anywhere. You will notice that most topicals will have some sort of menthol or mint included in the mix. This is to open the pores and help those cannabinoids get to the receptors. Of course, some people, particularly our older patients, may be sensitive to using menthol or mint on a regular basis. You can also find some with lavender or alcohol, and most contain supporting medicinal herbs such as aloe, arnica, and willow bark. For best results, getting the cannabinoids through the top layers of the skin, add some heat. Apply after a warm shower or bath, or just use a bath bomb or salts, or apply a warm heating pad to the area after applying. Please keep in mind that topicals help inflammation and to a certain extent nerve pain. They do not help bone-on-bone pain, and it is never advisable to apply topicals directly to an open wound or to ingest it. So what have we learned so far? One of the biggest selling points of topicals is that they don't get you high, and most don't show up on a drug test. What about the ones that do? There are a couple of types of topicals that can breach the blood barrier and can intoxicate the user. Thus, it may result in a dirty blood test. Those exceptions are personal lubricants, suppositories, and transdermal patches. The market for cannabis lubricants and suppositories is frankly a small market, so availability is slim. Some are water-based, others are oil-based, so choosing the right one for you, it's a personal endeavor. Due to the nature of these products, some contain enhancers that penetrate the bloodstream, and many permeable membranes are found in and around the genitals. These types of topicals also act faster than other types. Transdermal topicals, such as gels or patches, can be applied anywhere, but are often applied to the veiny area of the body, like the inner wrist or the top of the foot. They administer a steady, slow dose of cannabis over periods of hours. This slow absorption means that it can, but is not likely to create a high. Because it can get into the bloodstream, it is often used to treat inflammation and pain that is deeper than other types of topicals. It also means that over time, you can result in a positive drug test. Finally, I want to address a trend that has been on the market for a while now. These are topicals that are marketed as something that you can add to your current favorite lotions. They generally contain 3 vials of liquid that look something like this. As discussed, There are many components that make a good topical. Is it full spectrum? Do they have supporting ingredients to assist in absorption? Those vials are generally distillate and contain none of those things. They will not mix well with your favorite lotions, and you will be sorely disappointed in their effectiveness. The bottom line here is that if your bud tender is giving you a wink wink, nudge nudge, it's food grade, it's not what you're looking for. As always, you are welcome to come into our store with your questions or leave a comment below. Topicals are a product that is most commonly used by older generations, and often those generations find it a little bit scary. We have found that people who bring in their relatives or friends that perhaps need or want to look into topicals and see if one's right for you do best when they are brought in by a family member or a friend and they're not coming in alone. So please feel free to come into our store, talk with one of our friendly bud tenders about how topicals could help them or to alleviate those fears. It is also not uncommon for them to come back several times before they finally try to decide to do it. So don't feel discouraged, but share this video or make a visit if you're in Spokane. Finally, we'd like to ask you to hit that like button and subscribe button. Share this video with your friends and family who might need this information. Links and to our website and merch store are in the description. Thank you so much for all your support, and we'll see you on another edition of Blunt Talk.